The St. Mary's Roughriders and Shawnee Indians each played to a 3-6 record inside the Western Buckeye League. They will each try and win their fourth game against a Western Buckeye League opponent tonight here at Lima Senior Gymnasium in the first round of the boys sectional tournament. You're watching it on Game Face Ohio.
Welcome to TSC High School Hoops, brought to you by TSC, GA Windsor, Frost Roofing, the Wapakoneta Family YMCA, and by Owen Kitchen and Bath.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Lima Senior High School Gymnasium, where tonight the St. Mary's Roughriders will take on the Shawnee Indians as the boys high school tournament action gets underway. I'm Dan Hirn along with Rick Bowersock, and tonight the Roughriders and the Indians meet again. The Shawnee Indians won the regular season meeting 62-49 back in December, in part because of an 18-0 run that Shawnee put on in the first half. The Roughriders would like to avenge that tonight, and Rick, they have a pretty good Shawnee defense to take on.
Yes, they do, and that game you're talking about was early in the season. As a matter of fact, it was the first game of the WBL season, and both teams have improved tremendously. And Shawnee, it has the most explosive weapons that can make a run like that, and St. Mary's' defense has improved, and they've got a big guy in the middle that Shawnee's going to have to worry about.
Let's go ahead and talk about Quinzar since you brought him up. He's coming off a 28-point game in a game that St. Mary's lost to Van Wert 60-51. That's their most recent game. He had 28 points in that game to go along with 11 rebounds, but not much from the supporting cast in that game.
Right. If you look at the big guy in the middle, he's done a heck of a job. He's improved a lot. He's a very good player, but St. Mary's still only scored 50 points. And he had over half of them, so I'm sure Shawnee is focused in on him.
Well, Dan Hegemeyer's crew is on the court after introductions, and Mark Triplett, in his first season as the Shawnee Indians head man, his team finished the regular season at 8-14. We mentioned that both of these teams were 3-6 inside the Western Buckeye League. And for Mark Triplett, he's a 2006 graduate of St. Mary's, so he's facing his alma mater here
Right,
tonight.
That's always interesting too, and I know that he's beyond that now after having a year in the WBL, but it's still a little pride thing there. You know, you want to beat your hometown team.
Mm-hmm. The starting five for the for the Shawnee Indians are number 3, Jaquin Tucker, number 5, Austin Brayshot, number 12, Thad Vernon, number 15, Trey Brock, and number 24, Jaden O'Neill. For St. Mary's, number 2, Marcus Wilson in the center circle to start tonight's game, number 13, Nathan Wilker, number 22, Isaac Fitzgerald, number 33, Derek J., and number 44, Quinzar. And Shawnee will come away with the ball to start tonight's game, and they will have Brayshot in the corner there. He had a big game in their last contest. Jumper from the corner, not there. Brock there with the board off the glass for 2.
Yeah, St. Mary's didn't screen out on the backside on that possession, and it cost them. Shawnee now in a 2-3 zone, trying to obviously take care of the inside.
Wilson with a drive, and his shot rejected as he got to the hoop, to the other end. And O'Neill to the baseline will be called for the will be called for the foul.
Yeah, he was very aggressive on that move, and St. Mary's had good position and took the charge. You see Shawnee starting out in a 2-3 zone. They're going to try to protect the inside. St. Mary's very inconsistent from outside shooting.
Yeah, in that ball game we just talked about against Van Wert, St. Mary's was 0 for 12 from outside the arc, despite shooting 55% from the floor.
Well, that just tells me they're due.
Not what Shawnee wants to hear. Here's a jumper from the left side. That one up and good for Nathan Wilker.
Wilker, just a sophomore, I believe. He impressed me that throughout the season he's gotten better. I'll tell you what, Dan Hagermeyer's got over 500 wins, and he's going to figure out a way to try to keep this game close.
It's close so far, a pair for each team. Rick, talk about how important the pace of this contest will be.
Well, St. Mary's does not want to run up and down with the athletes that Shawnee has. Speed-wise, they're outmatched. This is, they may take a minute or 2 minutes here to just keep working, try to get the ball inside.
Long three-point attempt for Derek J, and it won't go. The rebound pulled down by Shawnee.
St. Mary's doing a nice job getting back in transition defense on that possession. Away. They're going with their man-to-man at the defensive end.
Bowersock with it on the right side. Into the lane. And that one's going to go out of bounds. A turnover for Shawnee.
A good defensive possession by St. Mary's there, and they got really good weak side help on that, and they're conscious of not giving up the easy inside shots. Shawnee's very capable of hitting some outside shots, but until they prove it, Coach Hagemeyer is going to make them prove it.
Wilson with it on the right side. Takes a dribble inside the arc, but then backs up. Kicks it left side. Fitzgerald will try the three. It's not there. Tucker there with the board.
Fitzgerald's their number 3 point shooter. Their number 1 3-point shooter. That's 2 bad passes, almost identical to the last possession.
And there
so
you
both
see
teams a little nervous.
Coach Triplett trying to emphasize settle his team down over there.
Coach Triplett's done an outstanding job this season in progressing with these Shawnee Indians.
Had a nice visit with his father, who is one of the assistant coaches over there. Very proud of this young man. Three-pointer up and good for Derek J.
Derek J hitting from the outside. That could give some St. Mary's some issues there.
Another empty trip down court for the Indians. And St. Mary's will push it back the other way.
Sometimes if you're in Shawnee's position like they are now,
Jay had another wide open look.
They know they're more athletic, so they're going to push it up and try to do things. They've thrown the ball away the last couple times.
Wide open Tucker off the glass for 2. Tucker's a guy you can't leave open like that. He can hurt you.
Yeah, especially from 2 feet.
Right.
That was a pretty easy one there. There was some miscommunication on the part of the Roughriders defense.
Pass underneath.
That was
Czar.
an excellent catch by Czar. He was trying to position himself and hold the defender off, and he caught that with one hand.
Right.
Was able
O'Neal
to finish it.
He throws up the jumper just inside the arc, and he has some pure athletic ability.
O'Neal, only for a sophomore, is very athletic.
Russell to the other end. Excuse me, that was Wilson to the other end, couldn't get it to go. Bowersock will try the 3, not there. That one's saved to Tucker. Nice pass to Brock in the lane. His shot isn't there, and Fitzgerald with the board, but a whistle and a foul.
I think they're going to call, for the St. Mary's, they're going to call a foul for screening out excessively.
Way on Derek J.
Yeah, he had him screened out clear about 5 feet out of bounds there. So
on the inbound, Vernon there with the bucket.
You know, Vernon's a solid player, and he's kind of an inside player. He's athletic, pretty tall, but he does a nice job.
Well, the Indians have quietly rallied to take the lead. To the other end, Wilker tries to get the 3 ball, and a whistle and a foul underneath as Vernon went up for the board, and I believe they got Quinn Czar with that foul.
I think that's a pretty quick shot for Shawnee. They only used 1/2 of the half court, 1 pass and a shot. I don't think Coach Hegemeyer wants them to do that quick. But at what point do you tell your kids you got to feel confident if you're open, hit it? And then you got that controversy about, well, was that a quick shot or a good shot or a bad shot?
Right. Brock with the dish to the corner, and the 3 on the way, not there for Vernon. Into the game for Shawnee is Brandon Gaffer. He gave them good minutes off the bench against Wapak in a previous broadcast.
Shawnee out of their zone, back to man-to-man this possession. Good shot fake.
Fitzgerald's shot interrupted, and it looks like he was fouled going up.
Fitzgerald with a nice pump fake on the 3-pointer. I'm sure Shawnee's worried about him because he's a good scorer from that 3-point line. They come up out of their stance and let him around, and he went to the hoop and drew the foul.
Fitzgerald can't connect on the first one. The foul went on Vernon. He's a 76% free throw shooter, so you expect him to knock those down. He hits the second one.
He's the guy that has to have a good game offensively for St. Mary's. Experienced senior.
Tucker with it on the right side. Gets shut off as he dribbles to the center. Now takes it into the lane, and he carried it. Now, there have been at least 3 unforced errors on Shawnee that have resulted in turnovers.
Right, I'm sure Coach wanted them to be real aggressive, and they just overly aggressive.
That ball slapped around, finally collected by Shawnee with just over 2 minutes to play. O'Neal into the lane, throws up the floater. It won't go. He was looking for the foul.
You defined that really well. He did throw it up. Wasn't a really good shot.
Derek J with another wide open look. It rims out. Wilker there with the board. Hand off to Fitzgerald. Wilson pulls up. His shot no good, and Vernon there with the board. Gaffer to the foul line, kicks out to Brock. His shot no good. St. Mary's with the board.
Both teams all of a sudden are shooting quick shots. They're not executing. It's more of a one-on-one thing.
Foul underneath as Czar made a move to the hoop. I believe they're going to hand that one to Gaffer. Timeout going to be called by Shawnee with 1:27 to go here first quarter. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. What are your impressions so far, Rick?
Well, both teams are, I feel, are forcing things. Shawnee trying to use their athletic ability, get the ball down the floor and force a 3-on-2, a 3-on-1, get an advantage that way, and they're rushing. And St. Mary's is surprisingly taking some quick shots. I think if they go down into Czar, if it's 5-on-5, if they don't have an advantage and they go to Czar, they're going to be able to make some money down there.
Well, now that was an adjustment they made in that game against Van Wert, where they weren't necessarily going to Czar all that often early, but then in the second half they really made a push to do that.
Right.
And
exactly.
It paid off for them.
Right. Good observation on your point there, Dan. And here we just thought you were an announcer. You got this stuff, buddy.
Well, it's about time we're in the postseason.
I'm telling you, they just need to attack inside. If they don't have an advantage in numbers, St. Mary's has to get the ball to Czar, because I don't think Shawnee has an answer for that.
Angelo Fox into the ball game for Shawnee. That was a nice second effort by Gaffer, but he couldn't connect on either shot.
There again, we're talking Shawnee, 1 pass and a shot. You know, that's to St. Mary's advantage too. They don't have to guard those athletes if they're going to shoot it up that quick.
Josh Young is into the game for the Roughriders. He's a threat to shoot it from outside.
Shawnee back to their 2-3 zone. trying to protect the inside.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Young with it between the circles, kicks it left side. Wilker thought about the shot, tried to pass to Czar underneath, and it goes out of bounds.
That was a really nice executed play, a little set play against the zone. Pop up to the high post, catch it, try to dump it down to Czar, and he was open, but the pass was not a good pass.
Gaffer with it on the right side for Shawnee. Over to Tucker on the left with 21 seconds to play first quarter.
Shawnee in their motion offense here versus the St. Mary's man-to-man defense.
O'Neal with it. Looks for help. Over to Gaffer on the right. He's looking, throws up the shot. It's not there. Brock with the rebound and the putback. He is fouled as his shot goes off the front of the iron.
Aggressive move to the offensive board for Shawnee that time, and it only takes one defender to fall asleep on a shot from the perimeter to be able to get an offensive rebound. And everybody else was boxed out except the young man at the line, and now he gets rewarded with 2 free throws for his effort.
Trey Brock.
4/10 of a second. I'm not sure in high school basketball you can score in this amount of time.
Nope. So no shot will be able to get off before the end of the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, a good matchup so far with St. Mary's on top by a score of 10-9. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Back here at Lima Senior High School for the start of the second quarter. A fantastic first quarter of play between these two teams. And Rick, you said it during the break, that St. Mary's is right where they want to be after 1 quarter
Exactly.
of play.
They want a lower scoring game, a 5-on-5 at half-court game, and they feel they have a little bit of an advantage there.
Same 5 on the floor that St. Mary's had out there for most of the first quarter. Wilker will take the jumper from the foul line, and he's got it. He's got a pretty good looking shot.
Yeah, he does. For a young kid, I'll tell you, that kid in 2 years is going to be a first league all-player, all-league player.
Griffin Heights into the ball game for Shawnee. You saw him there. Here's Vernon from the left side of the lane. His shot isn't there. Shawnee looks like they're playing a little bit tight right now.
Well, they're rushing. I mean, there again, they never got the ball reversed in a 5-on-5 situation in half court, and they went to the individual 1-on-1. Basically, they're playing individually, and there again, that's a St. Mary's advantage.
Wilker with another look. That one's not there, and Czar's going to be tagged with another foul as he put a hand in the back of Heights underneath.
That was a good shot. You just got to knock it down. And Big Czar, he just said, I'm going to push this guy out of bounds here. So not a smart play on his part. Coach Hagemeyer is going to talk to him.
Well, that's his second foul, so you can't like that with as much of a part of the offense as he is.
No, that's changes the whole complex of the game.
Tucker with it on the right. Into Heights on the right side of the lane. He tried to pass to Angelo Fox, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fitzgerald.
The St. Mary's kids got to really pick it up now defensively to make up for Czar being on the bench with 2 fouls in the second quarter with 6.5 minutes to go.
Tucker will try the three from the corner. He got it.
That's just the old set play, pick screen down on the corner, out of bounds play, and got to get out there and get the hand in his face.
And if you're St. Mary's, you do not want to see Tucker get hot. Derek J having trouble getting away from Tucker over here on the near side. Jay with it near the center circle. Takes a dribble to the right over to Wilson.
St. Mary's doing a nice job reversing the ball, looking inside, out. If they run a minute or two off the clock here, Coach Hagemeyer is going to be happy with this position.
That pass inside, slapped away, ends up in the hands of Wilker, who makes a nice pass to Wilson and then to Fitzgerald. The shot is not there. Fitzgerald gets his own board, and then a jump ball called as Fox and Fitzgerald both have a hand on that one.
You know, they didn't score, but it was a good possession. They reversed the ball twice, got the zone from Shawnee moving, got a couple of good looks inside, just got to finish it.
Boy, and Shawnee had to exert a lot more energy on that possession than St. Mary's.
Oh, yeah.
Tucker with it at the foul line, over to Brock on the left side. Over to O'Neal. He takes a dribble into the lane. His off-balance shot is no good, and the rebound for Derek J. Watching O'Neal play, his drive to the lane is not his strongest move.
Well, it is, but St. Mary's is doing a good job defensively. When he gets the ball, they all jump in the lane, and they're forcing him to maybe look to the outside to score.
Fitzgerald tries the three, and he hammered it from the left side.
There again, they reversed the ball to one side, brought it back to the left side. The zone didn't get out to Fitzgerald, and he could shoot it.
Fox corralling that ball, kicks it out to Tucker, who has a long look at a three, but it's not there. Wilson with the rebound.
Great job of boxing out by St. Mary's, and then you send your guard down there. He's very athletic, Wilson.
Jay with a long three, not there. Brock with the board. Brock, left side of the lane, draws the foul as he tried to throw that one up. Zach Wilker got a piece of him. So far tonight, Brock is 1 for 2 from the foul line.
Wilker was first, team's 5th at the line, shooting 2, Trey Brock.
Gets that one to rattle in, and a couple of subs coming in. Tyler Sullivan will come into the game for the Roughriders. Bowersock back into the game for Shawnee, along with Alex Roberts.
You see Dan Hagemeyer there looking at a sheet, trying to figure out what we need to do next here. But Shawnee, you can see they're coached up to get the ball up the floor. They got to calm down and take good shots after they get it up there, and right now they're not doing it, and that's why they're trailing.
Wilson with a dish to Jay in the corner. His shot is no good, and Tucker gets the board. He'll push it up the near side of the court.
St. Mary's, good job stopping that penetration. Left him open, but
now when we watched this team play Wapakoneta a couple of days ago, Tucker missed his first three-point attempts, and then after that he got really locked in.
Right, he can go on a streak, but from what I remember of that, they weren't three-pointers. They were like 15-footers. So he might have been extended beyond his range there.
Nice dish to Wilson. Oh, and he couldn't connect.
It. A little back screen against the zone. Wide open for your point guard who jumps center. As the point guard, he jumped the center to start the game. So you know that he's athletic and jump, and they just didn't finish it.
But in that situation, for me, I'm always trying to decide whether to just jam it home or lay it off the glass. So maybe that's where he was caught in between.
Well, I don't know about that, but you know, you need 2 points. You don't need highlight film.
It's always been my problem.
But as a coach, you step back and you say, okay, we ran what we wanted to run, we got what we wanted to get, and at that point, it's up to the kids. You know, as a coach, that's what you want to do. You want to put your kids in a position to win. And Coach Hagemeyer has done an excellent job of that. With over 500 career wins. Three and a half minutes to go. We get a tie game. Oh, sorry. Shawnee's up 1.
Shawnee has not led since before these two teams were tied at 8 apiece.
Coach Hagemeyer going to the flex offense, which will get you that shot every time.
And Wilker drops it in. He's had a good night so far. He's got 6. Brock throws up the jumper from just outside the foul line. A good-looking shot for Trey Brock.
Yeah, they're helping on penetration from their guards, and then Brock jumps out there to the top of the key, and they can't get back up to him defensively.
Young with it in the corner, takes a dribble, hands it off to Wilson.
Shawnee going man-to-man now, trying to pick up some pressure.
So, Fitzgerald with it on the right side. 2.5 minutes to play in the half. Sullivan now left side. Over to Fitzgerald, thought about the 3, takes it into the lane, his shot blocked and scooped up by Gaffer.
I think that time he took it in a little far. If he'd have just pulled up with that little 12-footer, I think it would have been to the St. Mary's advantage.
Gaffer to the other end with a spin move in the lane. He could not connect on his shot.
There again, another quick shot by Shawnee, and if St. Mary's gets back, that's what Coach Hagemeyer wants.
Wilker makes a move to the right side, kicks outside, and a wide open Fitzgerald can't connect on the 3. And then a whistle and a foul. A lot of contact there between Sullivan and Gaffer.
Great position offensively for a rebound for Sullivan.
Fox and Tucker back into the game as Bowersock and Roberts will have a seat. The foul on Gaffer is his 2nd, and he grabs some seat now as Heights comes back into the game.
Shawnee continues, even at the defensive end, to want to pick the pace up. They're double teaming the pass. And
Sullivan with it, goes off the glass. Nice strong move to the hoop. Fox with a move down the right side, can't get it to fall.
Sullivan.
Wilson to the opposite end. Derek J with another wide open look. This one off the front of the iron, and Tucker slaps it to himself to bring it back down court. O'Neal with a baseline move.
Nice move by O'Neal, and he was off balance, and St. Mary's kind of let him off the hook by fouling him.
That second foul picked up there by Derek J, and he'll grab a seat here as Young comes back in.
Jay's had some open look, and he's a good three-point shooter. And I think Coach Hagemeyer wants him to keep shooting that shot.
O'Neal hits the foul shot.
Down. A little pressure, full court.
Trey Brock had a little trouble locating that ball after he took it away.
Right. And anytime you get pressure full court, you've got to catch the ball first. Take your feet in your hands and catch the ball, get it under control, and then worry about going up court. St. Mary's in a little bit of a hurry there.
O'Neal with a move to the hoop gets that foul. And it'll be Josh Young with his second foul. So St. Mary's now with 8 fouls in the half as O'Neal gets the first foul shot to rattle in. His second shot is up and good, so O'Neal takes full advantage of that trip to the foul line. And now Shawnee turning up the defensive pressure.
That's a good execution there against the full court press. You attack it. If you don't have anything, you pull it back out. Trying to set some backside screens against this zone. Get it inside out.
Wilker to Young on the left side. St. Mary's being patient underneath Sullivan. Back outside, Wilker gets a look at a three, and he buried it from the top of the key.
I'll tell you what, I am really impressed with that sophomore. Nathan Wilker is a player and will be a player.
Tied at 22, 15 seconds remaining in the half. O'Neal with it between the circles. Dribbles left side, dish to Fox. His shot blocked on the baseline. They will not get the shot. Oh, they did just get it off in time. And a great first half here from Lima Senior as we go to the locker room tied at 22. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Welcome back to Lima Senior High School for the start of the second half here in the first round of the boys sectional tournament. And the St. Mary's Roughriders and the Shawnee Indians put together a fantastic first half. And as you can see, a tie ball game. And we'll see what kind of adjustments these two teams made as they come out to start this second half. But Coach Hagemeyer, Rick, has to be pretty happy with what he saw in the first half.
Yeah, especially with Czar getting in foul trouble early in the second quarter. When they played and they're even at halftime without him, he's got to stay out of trouble. They have to continue to do what they do and shoot a higher percentage. And Shawnee's got to relax. If they're 5-on-5, they got to be more patient.
Yeah, Wilker picked up a lot of the offensive weight when Czar was on the bench. He had 9 in the first half. There's that play they weren't able to connect on earlier, and Wilson able to lay it in off the glass this time.
See, that's an example of coaching. You know, you come out with a set play, you execute it, and the Shawnee kids are still, they tried the same play.
Oh, Brock not able to connect on the other end.
They just weren't talking defensively.
Wilker tries the 3, it's not there. And Brock collects the rebound. He had a good first half. He put in 9 points for Shawnee. Tucker now handling it between the circles. Over to the left side, Bowersock to Vernon in the lane. He goes up and he draws a foul. And that could be 3.
I think that's 3. I think that's 44. Yep. That's
So
3 on the big Zarzi. And now Coach Hagemeyer has a decision. Do I keep him in or pull him out?
We'll see Tyler Sullivan checking in at the scorer's table as Vernon hits the first foul shot. And Sullivan played those minutes that Czar was on the bench in the first half when he picked up his second foul. And he played some pretty good minutes while he was out there.
Well, as coach, you can coach him up all you want, but they make the decisions out there, and Czar made a bad decision there to reach in.
Wilson will control it with 7 minutes to play, third quarter.
Shawnee's still in their 2-3 zone.
Fitzgerald kicks to Wilker in the corner, back to Wilson. He goes opposite side to Derek J. Wilson down the left side of the lane with a nice dish to Wilker. It's not there, but Sullivan there with the board, gets the foul but can't get the bucket.
You know, they got a good possession there. They had a good shot off of penetration after some reversal. Didn't knock it down, but they kept playing. You know, what I see is different between the two teams right now. Shawnee is playing worried and frustrated, and St. Mary's just keeps playing and being aggressive. And that counteracts Shawnee's athletic ability.
Sullivan hits both of the foul shot. That gives him 4 so far tonight. Brock with it to the right side, into the lane, his shot not there, and Fitzgerald there with the board.
There again, you had no passing, just one-on-one.
And the officials have been pretty lenient with the contact in the lane tonight.
Well, the officials sometimes in tournament time let them play a little bit more, even though you got rules so you keep your hands off the dribbler, the ball handler.
Wilson into the lane, lays it up and in.
Wilson's very quick. You can't let him get in the middle of that lane.
His second bucket tonight and the largest lead for St. Mary's. To the other end, O'Neal tries to hit the 3, can't get it, and Wilker there with the board for St. Mary's. Quickly to the other end, Wilson off the glass, has 2 more.
Shawnee's just playing, coming down and shoot the ball. And St. Mary's took advantage of them not getting back on a no-pass 3-point shot for that possession, and nobody got back.
Brock into the lane, his shot isn't there. And another thing, Shawnee has not had a lot of offensive rebounds.
Nope.
Wilker with the top of the key over to Wilson. Just over 5 minutes to play here, third quarter. Jay with a dish to Wilker. Back to Jay for the 3. There.
He didn't make any in the first half that I remember, but you know, he can shoot it and he keeps shooting it, and that's a compliment to the coach. Let him keep doing that. Believe in yourself. Right now you've got a 10-point lead by St. Mary's, and all it is patience, coaching, and discipline versus athleticism that's a little bit out of control.
Well, Coach Triplett saw enough to call a timeout here, as the St. Mary's Roughriders have come out in command of this third quarter so far and have outscored the Shawnee Indians 11-1. So a good second half start for the Roughriders, and we'll see if they're able to build on it as we move along here in this second half. Both of the teams in the house for the second part of our doubleheader here tonight, as the Wapakoneta Redskins will take on the Salina Bulldogs, and another couple of teams that are very familiar with each other.
Yeah, they had a good game in the first in the WBL over at Salina.
Yeah, that was a game that Salina won in the regular season 68-59, and that was back on January 16th. So Wapakoneta will try to turn that number around here tonight.
Well, they'll have their hands full, but let's get back to this game here. We got a 10-point lead by the Roughriders, who coming in were probably underdogs.
Brock with it, high on the left side. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third. He kicks it left side to Tucker, who makes a move to the baseline, and he is called for the foul.
Stepped in a little late there defensively for St. Mary's.
Tyler
Sullivan
his first team's second
called for the block. And this young man at the foul line can shoot a high percentage there.
He hits the first one. And they called it. Oh, see, they're changing the scoreboard now. Tucker hits both foul shots. He now has 6.
St. Mary's coming out, Shawnee coming out in a 2-2-1. A little bit different than that full court thing, looking to trap out of this 2-2-1 full court press.
And they give Fitzgerald trouble, but he's able to get it away to Wilson. Wilson with a nice pass to Derek J in the corner, drills the 3.
2 in a row for Jay. Good
He's
ball
feeling it.
Reversal by St. Mary's.
9 on the night for Derek J. Tucker travels as he tries to make a move inside the arc.
Now they're starting to a little panic on the part of St. Mary's, trying to rush things.
Wilson in the center circle, working against O'Neal. Over to Sullivan.
Going to the flex offense here, which Dan Hagemeyer loves. Just keep working that low screen and then the down screen. Coming off the down screen, looking for an opening. Somebody make a mistake on Shawnee's part defensively, and they'll get an easy one.
Wilker takes a dribble back out to the top of the key. Down the right side with a pass inside to Sullivan, who scoops it up and puts it into the basket.
Excellent pass. Good catch after a bobble and finish.
Now a 13-point edge for St. Mary's. That's the largest lead for either team. O'Neal over to Tucker in the corner. Tucker takes a dribble to the baseline. Dish across the lane to Fox, who puts it up and in.
There you go. You got a good penetration that time, but the St. Mary's defense fell asleep on the backside, didn't rotate down and across to cover that.
And Tucker was wise enough to pass that ball away. We've seen Shawnee make that move without that extra pass, and it's cost them. To the other end, Tucker lays it off the glass.
See, that came off of a one-pass penetration shot by St. Mary's, not being patient, and it led to an easy basket for Shawnee. Coach Hagemeyer is going to call timeout and say, hey, we don't want to rush that. If it's 5-on-5, let's make them work a little bit defensively.
2:14 remaining here in the third quarter, and St. Mary's trying to protect the lead. We'll take a break. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
2:14 remaining third quarter, and the St. Mary's Roughriders have gone on a 16-7 run to start this second half. Wilson with it on the right side. Dishes underneath to Sullivan, who throws it off the glass, and he has 2 more.
Even with Czar out, they're attacking inside with Sullivan. And Shawnee's just not getting help, or they're playing behind down there, and just want to keep taking advantage of that.
That ball has touched by everybody, and then Fox finally corrals it, puts up a shot as he is knocked to the ground, but it won't go in, and now a steal by Brock and a foul.
Saw the foul on the body reach there. Not a lot of Shawnee fans are not real happy with Mr. Derryberry on that call.
Well, it's an 11-point lead for the Roughriders, and they will have the ball. Wilson to the right. Dishes to Wilker, and now you see the Roughriders will be in no hurry offensively.
Shawnee in a man-to-man, but they're looking to double team out front when they can. But I'll tell you, the point guard for St. Mary's has done an excellent job of getting things set up and running things.
Loud pass to Wilker, it's not there. Sullivan with the rebound, the bucket, and the foul.
Sullivan's taken over the third quarter. He is just taking over as a junior. Not a big kid, but does a great job of using his body. And you think, you know, when the big guy, Czar, went out, you thought maybe Shawnee had an advantage. Well, they've actually increased the lead without Czar in there, but doing the same thing with a different guy.
Right. Sullivan now has 10 points tonight, and he's going to go to the line with a chance to add another one.
He's finishing things off inside, and that's Shawnee's weakness is that defense on the post and not getting help. And St. Mary's is taking advantage of it because of their ability to handle the ball on the top versus the Shawnee pressure.
Well, Sullivan will go to the stripe here, trying to add to a 42-29 lead.
Right, you look at the key in this whole thing for offensively for St. Mary's has been Marquise Wilson at the point guard. He's shooting 13% from the three-point line. He's only shooting 47% overall, 47%, but he controls the game. And he's always a threat to take it to the basket.
Thad Vernon back into the game for Shawnee as Brock takes the jumper in the lane. Vernon got a hand on that one, but couldn't come down with the rebound.
There again, Shawnee only used the left side at half court. The ball never got reversed. They're easy to guard.
And Coach Hagemeyer talked about controlling the boards at the beginning of this game, and Shawnee has been limited to one shot most of the time down the court.
There you go again. They're going with a different motion. They're screening the wing instead of screening down. They back screened that wing and got a layup.
20 seconds left here in the third quarter as the Indians get a bucket there. The 8th point of the night for Jaden O'Neal, and here's the steal. O'Neal down the lane, his floater no good, and he will draw a foul.
See there again, and we're talking about high school athletes, but St. Mary's decided to try to attack that press with like 10 seconds to go. Just take care of the basketball, get it up the floor, and if you don't get a shot or you don't score, at least they don't score. Now they're getting 2 points on a pass to a guy that was open that didn't come and catch the ball. So maybe St. Mary's got a little tired there and fell asleep and lost their focus.
5 seconds left third quarter. They push it up. Fitzgerald takes a dribble inside the arc, throws up the floater. It won't go, and that'll be 3 quarters. 3 quarters in the books from Lima Senior High School, and St. Mary's doing it well here tonight. They lead 45-33. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back here for the start of the final frame in what has been a very entertaining ball game between the Shawnee Indians and the St. Mary's Roughriders. But the Indians have a lot of work to do here in this fourth quarter, as they were outscored in the third quarter of play 23-11 after being tied with St. Mary's at 22 apiece at the break. O'Neal throws up the jumper high off the glass. It's no good. Gaffer there with the rebound, kicks it out. Bowersock drills the three.
There, St. Mary's didn't get that backside screened out. Cost them 3 points.
Now, Shawnee does have some outside shooters, and Bowersock is one of them.
But they're going to have to shoot the ball well from outside, and they're going to have to get some stops to get back in this game defensively.
Bowersock had 17 points in their last ball game against Marion Local. Underneath, Czar back into the game. Fights his way to a bucket.
There it is. Get the flex offense, throw it down the corner, throw it inside. After reversing it a couple times.
Gaffer with a long three.
Oh, they called a screen out. Foul on number 13 there.
That'll be on Wilker.
A little excessive body contact on the shot. That gives St. Mary's their third team foul, and or I'm sorry, the fourth team foul. Shawnee only has 3, so both teams can continue to be aggressive.
Fox with a move to the glass.
Good idea by Shawnee, just attack Czar.
There's a whistle right away, and the Roughriders turn the ball back over to Shawnee, and this is a recipe for letting a team back into a game.
Right.
Angelo Fox into the lane, kicks it out left side to Brock. He'll hand it off to Gaffer. Gaffer goes up to Bowersock on the left.
See, if you watch Shawnee's offense, it's all about penetration. Everybody's standing around watching the ball. They're not setting screens for each other. It's all one-on-one to the basket.
Brock with a move to the hoop, and we'll see who that foul is on. It looks like it's on Czar, and if it is, that's his 4th. It is. What has given Czar so much trouble tonight, Rick?
Well, they're allowing, the guards are allowing dribble penetration, which gets down to Czar, and he has to help. And then with the athletic ability of these Shawnee kids, they're able to avoid the charge and draw fouls. St. Mary's has to handle the press, because Shawnee is going to get back in the game if they can get turnovers.
Well, they've already trimmed this lead down to 7.
Coach Hagemeyer wants timeout. He's not real happy with what's going on right now. They got to get it under control. They got to continue to do too well defensively. Shawnee's going to make some shots. You have to understand that. But when you take it out, you got to expect a press. And I think right now the kids just aren't zeroed in on, from St. Mary's, aren't zeroed in on what do we do against pressure. And what do we do, not what do I do. What do we do?
Well, and so far Shawnee has come out just as hot in the start of this fourth quarter as St. Mary's did in the beginning of the third. And they have trimmed what was a 12-point lead down to 7 with 6:24 left in this game.
Right. They're athletic enough to get back in this game, but St. Mary's has to let them back in with turnovers and fouls, and that's what they've done. Wilson
crosses the timeline, being pestered by O'Neal. Over to Wilker on the right.
Now they're going with the wing back screens.
Jay's three-point attempt is blocked by Fox. Up court, they try to throw it. On the save, it will go out of bounds. And over to, well, I guess St. Mary's will control it. Gaffer comes out of the game as Tucker checks back in.
Looked like that long pass was tipped by Shawnee when it went out of bounds.
I think they're saying it was last touched by Brock before it went out of bounds. Pass intended for Sullivan on the inbound, taken away by Bowersock, who draws a double team but is able to get it away to Brock. Then he has it stolen away by Wilker, who is called for a foul, and he's not happy about it.
What we just talked about, the only way Shawnee can get back in the game is if you foul them and you don't take care of the basketball. It's easy to say, easy to coach, but the kids have to do it.
Bowersock will try the three for the left. That one in and out. Tucker with the board. And offensive rebounds have been hard to come by for Shawnee tonight. They get one here at a critical juncture. O'Neal to Bowersock again for the three. Off the mark. Rebound Fitzgerald for St. Mary's.
It's still just penetrate and kick out or go to the hole for Shawnee. St. Mary's needs to get out into some kind of a back into their flex offense or into that spread offense where they set the screen to flex. They just basically move it a little higher. And they've been getting good shots off of it. They just have to take care of the basketball. Shawnee's starting to pressure the ball a little bit more.
That foul by O'Neal was a long way from the basket. And here Fitzgerald going to the hoop is going to draw a foul. And that was very helpful because that shot had very little chance of going in.
Yeah, he was out of control. So. And that's an example of being frustrated and when you get pressure, you want to have a tendency as a player to speed up. And that's what the defense is trying to do, and there's an example of it, but you let him off the hook by fouling.
That foul on Brock is his third, and 5 now on the Indians here in this second half. And that shot no good, but Sullivan there with the board, and then he draws a foul on the putback.
I'll tell you what, Sullivan coming into the post for Czar was the MVP. He has done an awesome job this second half.
He's tied with Wilker, each with 11 points in this game, and now he has 12. Yeah, I would imagine that Shawnee thought that they would have picked up an advantage when Czar had to leave the game, but it has not been the case.
And I don't think even the gym would have thought that wouldn't happen.
And Sullivan knocks down both of those foul shots. So he now has 13, and it's back out to a 10-point lead for St. Mary's.
St. Mary's trying to change things up here. They went to a 1-3-1 zone this possession.
Wow, long three-point attempt up and good for O'Neal.
You try to stop that penetration, but when you go to that zone, you're leaving up that three-point shot. Well, Shawnee hasn't hit it.
Wilson knifes to the hoop, and he lays it up and in.
Until that last possession. There's an unforced error on the part of O'Neal for Shawnee. He scribbled it off his foot.
It's a 9-point lead for St. Mary's. 4:44 left in this game. Wilker with a lot of contact underneath with Vernon.
Vernon is second. Team 7.
And there's another instance, Rick, where it really didn't look like Wilker had a good line to the hoop.
No, Shawnee's defense is, the kids just don't get down in a stance, and they're gonna foul in that situation. It's a one-on-one situation from here on out now for St. Mary's on all fouls.
Wilker can't take advantage of that trip. O'Neal into the lane, throws it off the glass. It won't go, and Wilson with the rebound.
Wilson's going to take advantage here. Good decision to pull it out, run some clock, be strong with the basketball.
Derek J., who has had a big night tonight. Here's a pass to Sullivan, right side of the lane. No good, but he draws a foul.
Guess who's going to the line again, Dan?
Yep. Tyler Sullivan, 6'2" junior, coming in and filling in the minutes vacated by Quinn Czar, who's sitting with 4 fouls. Sullivan can't connect on the first foul shot. Gaffer comes back into the game to replace Vernon, who leaves with that foul, his 3rd. So you replace one player who has 3 fouls with another one. Sullivan connects on the second foul shot. It's a 10-point lead again for St. Mary's. And Brock making a move, but another foul, this time near the 3-point line. And it goes on Tyler Sullivan, who picks up his 3rd. Boy, the pace of this game has kind of slowed down now.
Well, because of foul shot. Both teams are in a one-on-one, working toward the double bonus, so it's going to be a free throw game from here on out. St. Mary's is just getting a little tired, and they're coming up out of their stance defensively, and they're reaching on this penetration. Shawnee's not really doing anything they haven't done all game. It's just St. Mary's is not staying down and focused on defense.
Brock back to the line. He hits them both. He's been pretty consistent in the games we've seen at the charity stripe.
Here comes the pressure.
Sullivan able to get that ball away from 3 Shawnee defenders. Fitzgerald to the other end, and Wilson thought about the 3.
Good reversal, good patience, excellent for Shawnee.
Nice pass from Sullivan to Jay, and he drops it in from the right side.
If you're patient and strong, if you're patient and strong like that, you're going to get that shot.
O'Neal tries the 3. It's not there. Another quick trip down the court, and now a whistle and a foul as Brock and Fitzgerald got tangled up. No, they're going to call that one on Gaffer, who picks up his 4th foul.
His 4th, team's 9th. At the line, shooting 1-1, Isaac Fitzgerald.
So that will send Gaffer to the bench and Bowersock back out onto the court, which is not necessarily a good sign for the Roughriders, because Bowersock can shoot it from outside.
Well, I think I can remember 1 3-pointer. There might have been more, but Shawnee's made out there. I think that was.
O'Neal drives to the baseline. His shot isn't there, and another 1-shot trip for the Shawnee Indians.
Right, you're not going to get any rebounds offensively when you're not taking any. When you're not, don't have to defend a pass. All you have to defend is 1 shot. St. Mary's Shawnee's got to gamble a little bit here defensively, and St. Mary's is going to say, you're going to foul us or we're going to get a layup.
Wide open look for Sullivan. He's got 2 more.
There you go. See, Shawnee in the gamble mode now with under 3 minutes to go, and if you're strong with the basketball, you're going to get layups.
Sullivan now has 16. And a turnover for Shawnee.
Took a timeout for Shawnee.
We'll take a timeout here as well. 2:44 left in this game. The St. Mary's Roughriders riding high, 57-45. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Back here in the fourth quarter at Lima Senior High School, and the St. Mary's Roughriders leading 57-45. These two teams playing for an opportunity to take on Lima Bath on the 28th. That'll be 8 o'clock game right back here at Lima Senior High School. Wilson with it. He will hand it off to Wilker here. Now back to Derek J. They go underneath to Sullivan, who's had a big night. He turns the ball over here, and Tucker will scoop it up. Tucker with a nice dish to Bowersock. He throws it off the glass, up and in. Brock with his steal, hands it off to O'Neal, and I believe O'Neal is going to get fouled by Sullivan. That'll be his fourth.
The last two possessions for St. Mary's, they were trying to be patient, but what happened was the kids with the ball brought the ball out of their power zone, what I call. You know, you got to keep that ball inside on your chest and be strong with it. Both turnovers were a result of them bringing that ball outside their body and getting it slapped away with no strength. There's a little lesson for you, buddy.
Thank you. I'm I'm writing it down.
Write it down.
Yeah.
We're rolling now. The Shawnee's going to make a run here. And they got to take care of the ball. Be strong with it. You know what to do. You're well coached. Just you have to, as a player, perfect. You have to take care of teaching, and the kids got to take care of executing.
O'Neal into the lane, draws a lot of contact, and Wilker going to be tagged with the foul. That was kind of fortunate for St. Mary's because Czar was right in front of him, and he's playing with 4 fouls.
Right. There again, Coach Hagemeyer is aging as we speak because Shawnee is scoring with the clock stopped.
And O'Neal has been effective from the line. He misses that second one. Fox with the board. He will spike it off of Czar and out of bounds.
Right. Good effort by, he just out-hustled the screen out. Got the rebound and got his team another possession. That's a good effort.
Talking to the coaching staff before the ball game tonight as Wilson will scoop up this loose ball.
Oh, what a great pass. What a great pass. A bounce pass. A fundamental bounce pass. He'd have thrown any other pass that time, it had got deflected.
And Fitzgerald will scoop it up and put it in for his 7th point of the night. And a timeout going to be taken here. We'll take one as well. 61-50 in favor of St. Mary's. You're watching boys high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig, voted the greatest first baseman of all time by the Baseball Writers Association of America, had played in 2,130 consecutive games when his career was cut short by the disease that would soon become known by the name of its most famous victim. ALS, more commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a debilitating affliction characterized by rapidly progressive weakness, muscle atrophy, difficulty breathing, difficulty walking, muscle spasticity, difficulty speaking, and difficulty eating and swallowing. The Falls Foundation serves patients and families stricken with ALS, provides services to the ALS community, and puts on fundraisers through events such as high school, college, and professional ball games.
Back here in the fourth quarter at Lima Senior High School, where the Roughriders have done exactly what they needed to do to win tonight. They are leading by 11 with 1:45 remaining in this game.
Just move your feet, don't foul, execute against the press.
Brock kicks to Tucker. It's going to go off of him and out of bounds. Wilker got a hand on it to disrupt it, but Tucker did touch it before it went out of bounds. Shawnee again trying to apply the pressure, but St. Mary's doing a good job of moving it up court. Wilson can't get that one to fall. Fox will get the board.
I don't think Coach Hagemeyer wanted that shot. If you kick it back out, you kick that back out there, you got to run some clock and get fouled. And that was a poor decision. One of the first poor decisions for the point guard for St. Mary's. And Coach Hagemeyer let him know.
O'Neal can't connect on that first foul shot. The foul was on Derek J., his third. O'Neal does hit the second of the two. So it's a 10-point edge again for St. Mary's. And a steal here by Trey Brock, who tries the three from the corner. He drilled it.
Down to a 7-point game. St. Mary's has to come and catch the basketball, be strong, be smart, pull it out.
Fitzgerald throws up an off-balance shot. It's no good. Bowersock with the board. Back to the other end. Trey Brock has it slapped away. And a foul is called, and the St. Mary's crowd unhappy with that call. It's the fourth foul on Wilker. And gives the Indians another chance to score with the clock stopped.
All of a sudden, St. Mary's is not playing smart. The last two possessions, they didn't need to score. They needed to run some clock. And that is coaching. They've been coached to do that, but they're all excited.
Brock has been consistent at the foul line, and he helps his team to cut this lead to 5. He now has 18. Pressure again, and a loose ball scooped up by Bowersock. He kicks to Brock and then to Fox. Fox will try the three. In and out. And the rebound, last touched by Bowersock, it looks like.
Coach Hagemeyer wants to call a timeout so bad, but he only has one left, and he doesn't want to use it.
Czar checks out as Josh Young comes back in.
Be strong with the basketball. Be strong with the basketball.
42 seconds left in this one. It's a 5-point lead for St. Mary's as Derek J. holds it in the corner, and he is going to be fouled by O'Neal.
That's all you have to do. Just be strong with it. Knock down your free throws, and you go to the sectional finals.
O'Neal, third foul as Derek J. goes to the line. J. has 11 points tonight and misses the front end of these two foul shots as Sullivan comes back into the game. And Sullivan has had a fantastic night, 16 points. And just as critical has been how big he's been able to fill in for Czar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Coach Hagemeyer has 2 timeouts. Shawnee has 1.
Second foul shot up and good for Derek J. and the timeout called here late in this fourth quarter.
Coach Hagemeyer is talking right now. He says, number 1, fellas, relax. Number 2, move your feet, screen out, and don't foul. Number 3, when we get the ball, you have to come to the pass. You got to be strong, and you got to use some ball fakes and not panic. They'll foul you. They have to foul you. Go to the line, make some free throws, and let's go on to the sectional finals.
Each team in the double bonus now. And don't forget, we've got the second half of our doubleheader coming up as the Wapakoneta Redskins here tonight to take on the Salina Bulldogs in another Western Buckeye League matchup. The winner of that game will go on to take on Elida. That game will be a 6:15 tip here at Lima Senior High School on Friday the 28th. And the coaching staff from Elida here tonight to take in tonight's ball game. O'Neal loses that one as Wilson scoops it up. He'll go to the other end, but he draws the foul from Brock. And for Brock, that's number 4.
Good help defense by Wilson. Young man for Shawnee was trying to go to the hoop with it, which is good, but he turned his back. And when you turn your back to the defense, they're going to take advantage of that.
Wilson comes up short on that foul shot. He has been out there the majority of this contest, and you can see a little fatigue on the part of both point guards. St. Mary's comes away with a critical rebound.
Huge rebound.
And Wilker fouled by Tucker. 22 seconds left.
Shawnee was not screened out, did not screen out on that free throw, and it cost them.
Wilker hits the first one. Gaffer back into the game for Shawnee as Angelo Fox sits down, and Czar will check back in for St. Mary's as Sullivan gets a nice hand as he sits down with 16 points. Second foul shot, no good. Brock with the rebound. 19 seconds to play. He brings it down and tosses the three. It won't hit anything and goes out of bounds. And that might be a product of fatigue as well.
Shawnee has played hard, but they didn't play real smart tonight. Didn't communicate offensively, and St. Mary's took advantage of that.
Well, a whistle and a foul here. And St. Mary's will step to the line again. Several seniors on this Shawnee Indians team playing their final game tonight. Brandon Gaffer is one of those guys. Austin Brayshock, also one. Thad Vernon and Trey Brock. Alex Roberts, also a senior. Will Brown, we didn't see him in the game, but we saw him over in Wapak the other night. And Bolu Anamusi, also a senior, in their final game here in Shawnee.
Coach Triplett for Shawnee has done a good job throughout the year of starting to build a good program. Has the kids playing hard, allowing them to do things offensively that they like to do. He's just got to shore up his defense in the future, and I'm sure he will do that because he has some athletic kids. The JV team is really, really good, and I look for good things out of Shawnee.
Wilson back into the game as Young sits down for the final 12.4 seconds here. Brock will pick it up. Dishes to Brayshock for the three, left side. It won't go. Fox with the board. To Tucker in the corner for three. It's not there. Brayshock with the board and the putback as time expires. Your final score here tonight at Lima Senior High School. It was the St. Mary's Roughriders 64 and the Shawnee Indians 58. You're watching it on Game Face Ohio.
This is man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. You'll never miss a second of your favorite program again because you can pause a show in one room and play it back in another, even while you're recording it. You watch different shows at the same time and pause, fast forward, and rewind from any set. You can even pause live TV. Man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. Just maybe not woman's greatest invention.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Welcome back to Lima Senior High School, where tonight the St. Mary's Roughriders will advance to take on the Elida Bulldogs after knocking off Lima Shawnee by a final score of 64-58. I'm Dan Hirn along with Rick Bowersock. And Rick, St. Mary's executed their game plan to near perfection tonight to take Shawnee out of this tournament.
Yes, they did. They knew Shawnee was a little weak defensively, and if they could handle the basketball, they could get it inside and score, and they did that. And Shawnee just was, I felt, rushing everything offensively, which fed right into their defensive style for St. Mary's, to screen them out and make sure you give them one shot. And they did that, and they won.
You know things are going well for you when a guy you were really counting on to score gets into foul trouble early, and you tap Tyler Sullivan to come off the bench, and he drops in 16 for you.
Right, but that's a product of the game plan. We're going to go inside. If Czar is in there, fine, we're going inside. If the backup's in there, we're going inside. He didn't change, he didn't panic, say we have to do something different. Stay with his philosophy of the game plan and won.
Well, they're clearing the gym now for the start of the second contest, and we'll have it for you. Salina and Wapak up next. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You've been watching our ball game on Game Face Ohio.